for the ones that lie just right. He never pulled my chair or checked my friends.
So an AI-generated singer. Put that up a little bit more. So that is the AI-generated singer in the United States that's recently signed a multi-million-dollar record deal, sparking backlash from some artists, but support from many who resonate with its lyrics. Here in studio is Donovan Watkins, head of World Music Views. Good to see you, sir. Good morning. But I want to read something before we move on, which is a little bit different, but the same. So this is in the newspaper today, by the way. A few days ago, the world reached a historic milestone, its first ever AI cabinet minister. The Prime Minister of Albania introduced to the Albanian Parliament a female avatar dressed in traditional Albanian clothing, which he calls Delia. Delia is now the country's Minister of State for Artificial Intelligence and has responsibility for a new portfolio that oversees government procurement and the awarding of government contracts. That's how we reach.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's how we reach.
Is it? Is it though?
Good morning.
Thanks for coming. That's how we reach. I know we're talking about the singer,
but nothing is bad with that. That's only efficient to me, because from where I sit, musically, AI is here to replace generic work and enhance authentic work.
Explain the generic work.
So the song we just heard, very generic, very pop, very ballady. That's very easy to make in the music industry. And then they put a beautiful face to it. That's why record labels make pop stars, because pop is easy to make and it makes the most money. It's very hard to make an authentic cultural artist. Bob Marley, there's a reason you don't have 100 Bob Marleys, because that's very hard to make that. That kind of person comes around once every 50 years or less, or more, right? Yeah. You cannot make that on a factory line. But AI is here to replace the factory work. So any work that's easy and generic and just laid out, that's going to go to AI. And it's going to seem as if AI is competing. But what AI is really doing is making more valuable the Bob Marleys of this world. I went to see the Bob Marley Hope Road experience in Las Vegas. A lot of AI in the show. Whole lot of AI. But humans are also there, complementing the AI. There was a hologram of Bob Marley to end the show. And this is the great Bob Marley you're talking about. That didn't replace Bob Marley. The show is set to make $40 million for the first year. So that's enhancing the Bob Marley brand.
But
artists, one more second. Artists without name, image, likeness, and brands, they should worry. Because you need to do that to be authentic.
But an artist without a name, image, likeness, or brand is not an artist, sir.
But it happened. A lot of artists just do music. A lot of artists, think about how many artists we know, and then we just don't know them again, because they didn't continuously market and promote their brands. They just have a song, and that's it.
But the song I heard a while ago, it sounded like a good tune. It sounded like a tune that a named artist could drop, right?
Absolutely.
So then AI is going to take the named artist's work too.
AI is going to take the named artist who is only depending on the song carrying him. The artist with a name, image, likeness, cultural connection. This is the next thing, connection. Anybody can do a song, but connecting is another thing. Anybody can have a song playing on the radio, anybody can have a song playing on the television, but very few artists connect. Bob Marley connects. Kanye West connects. Buju Banton connects. Vybz Kartel connects. Very few artists are able to do that. And those artists who aren't able to connect with a fan base, who will show up to see their experience live, those artists should worry.
Wow.
That's it. So not all the artists going to be worried.
Of course, but you're going to also have the value of authenticity going up. And that's why the price of tickets are going up for artists who people really want to see.
Tell me about this article that you wrote. Jamaican women are quietly dropped while AI secures multi-million-dollar label deals. Quote, the human costs of signing a female artist are high.
Yeah, record labels are looking at the options. The Jamaican female artists that were signed in the last 5 years, none of them are signed now. And none of them are putting out music on the label now. But then the contrast to that is Monet just got a big deal, and she has 500,000 Spotify listeners. That's more than several Jamaican female artists
put together.
So Monet is also pushing a name, image, likeness, and brand using an avatar. which means Monet is also doing the work. And that's why we're here talking about this artificial intelligence.
What should these artists that you say should be concerned, what should they be doing?
Build connection with an audience.
How?
Find your community. It takes, just like you cannot be an artist with nothing to say. You cannot just be talking about sex and other things I can't say on morning TV. It's generic. If you're just saying the same thing everybody said in the 90s and you're just replicating it and making it
Isn't that what music is though, JR?
Nah, music is about...
Music, like everything else, it's cyclical. The things that go away kind of come back, although good music really does not leave. But the nature of things is that something is a version of what was done before.
So yeah, part of that is correct. So the value of nostalgia will go up. That's why people are going to see Vybz Kartel at an arena all over the world, seeing Buju Banton at an arena, Barry Salmon at an arena, because the value of nostalgia, which, to your point, cyclical. We want, the older we get, we still want to feel like it's 1990. So that value will go up. But Buju and Barris would not be relevant if they did not connect. If Buju didn't have Till Shiloh and didn't have all those dancehalls, we wouldn't care. Think about how many artists came up in his time. Think about how many artists we're not going to see in an arena. Because Buju did something the others didn't. He connected with the day-to-day lifestyle of people. He sang songs for the working man. There's an overnight scheme, all workout, design. That's one of the best Jamaican songs ever of all time. Best songs in the world, matter of fact. But that's the working man's song. If Barris was just singing about no, 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 nobody would care who Barry Salmon is, but he was doing songs to connect to people. When Buju said, circumstances made me what I am, every single person in the world can relate to that.
Are we going to see more of Monet?
Of course. There are more of Monet. There are dancehall AIs already, you know. There are dancehall AI artists singing about the same topics the other artists are singing about. But again, the distinguishing factor between an artist and the generic artist, and I say artist because as an artist you should be authentic. But it's not just artists, right? It's the players of instruments. If you just have a band, that's going to be replaced by AI like Ableton. And it permeates other industries. Cars are going to be autonomous. I drove in a car recently called Waymo, owned by Google, Alphabet company. That's the parent company of Google. And it had no driver. My children and I, we drove several trips. It had no driver. And the cost was very cheap. So that's going to come again. And does it mean that taxi men are going to lose their jobs? No, because the taxi man that connect to you, you're still going to call him. But for a generic offering, you're going to have that. So
voiceovers and I mean, a lot of people.
But that's gone already. That's gone already.
It's like, it's a whole new world.
Unless your voice means something to people.
Connection again.
Yes. Because if I can get a voice that sounds like Neville, and Neville is not that important for me to use Neville's voice, I'm going to use that voice because that's free.
Yeah.
Or it just cost me 2 cents to generate it on an AI. Now, if Neville is the sports guy and I need him and he somehow connects to me through some product or service that he has given for years, I'm going to use Neville.
Yeah. Well explained.
The world is changed. The world has changed.
And it's not new. It's not new. Planes fly themselves. We just don't know it.
Yeah,
long time.
We don't want to talk about it. There's a pilot in there.
It's just another level of technology. And we shouldn't fear it. We should embrace it because it's asking of us to be more authentic and to be more real.
All right. Good to see you. Blessings.
Thank you.
Donovan Watkins, Head of World Music Views, with us now. More on Smile after this.
So come.
Never watched you grow, but from the second